Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Friday, February 16th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Hero dad, her to testify, a brand new wall, and an impressive rap sheet. That is all coming up. And then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs parade. 3 have been arrested. 2 of them are juveniles under 18. Police say it was a personal dispute between several people in the crowd that ended in gunfire. One 43-year-old woman was killed, a local radio DJ, 22 injured, including 11 children. Well, the best tackle of the year by the Chiefs was Trey Filter. He was on video tackling one of the gunmen as he ran away through the crowd. He's a father of 2 from Wichita. We'll take every opportunity here to highlight heroism when it happens. He said, quote, "There was a lot of commotion. I could definitely tell that someone was being chased. I couldn't see much, but I heard someone say, 'Get him.' I saw a flash next to me, and I remember I jumped, and I remember thinking, I hope this is the guy who they were talking about." He and another man held down that gunman for a good 20 seconds before police arrived, as this man was obviously trying to wrestle away for his life. Well done, Trey. Special counsel Robert Hur, this is the man who wrote in a special report that Biden did indeed willfully keep classified documents, but that there was no use charging him with a crime because a jury would find him a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Well, he's going to testify in front of a House Judiciary Committee on March 12th. House Republicans are also asking for the Department of Justice to release any recordings, notes, or summaries of the special counsel's interview with Joe Biden. Well, a wall is being built. It's just not in America. Egypt is building a massive 2-mile-wide buffer between them and Gaza, according to new satellite images. Israel is planning a new ground offensive in the area where now more than half of the Gazan population is sheltering 1.5 million people. And Egypt says, nope, not coming in here. Satellite images show a massive area that has been bulldozed and multiple cranes laying new sections of a wall that's 16 feet tall. The president of Israel says that this area in Gaza is Hamas's last bastion. Do you remember the illegal immigrants who beat up the 2 police officers in Times Square the other day? 7 were arrested. 5 were released without bail. You remember 3 of them leaving the courthouse and flipping you off. Well, 1 was released after his bail was paid for by a sanctuary church in Brooklyn. But one of those illegal immigrants was arrested again for stealing from a Macy's in Queens. He was with a group of illegal immigrants. A security guard stopped him, and he got punched in the face. So this illegal immigrant has been arrested twice in 2 weeks after, of course, breaking the law to even get here. Pretty impressive. I'm Mike Slater. The great Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day. Next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is 0 risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1102. That's 800-575-1102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Friday, realizing that linear thinking and logic are fading fast in America, I can't help but raise this question once again. If liberals are so concerned about gun violence, why do they oppose tough measures to stop it? The problem is horrifying. You can't even have a Super Bowl celebration without a mass shooting. School kids gunned down, shoppers at malls in danger, criminal gang members shooting up neighborhoods. But when I suggest making all gun crimes federal crimes with harsh mandatory prison sentences upon conviction, the left and even some conservatives will not support the solution. So here's a reality check. The Second Amendment of the Constitution allows law-abiding citizens to protect themselves with firearms within reason. You can't have a bazooka. That's not going to change. And individual states should pass public safety laws that provide as much protection as possible from criminals. But with about 300 million guns in circulation right now, bans are not going to work. Only tough punishment will. Sell an illegal gun, 5 years minimum. Carry an illegal gun, 3 years. Fire one, 10 years. First offense, no parole. That's the solution. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, the mail. Here we go. Carol, concierge member. We hope everybody checks out the concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. Republicans must get a working narrative flowing that resonates with the voters. I'm concerned Trump prefers to be an entertainer rather than a politician. Okay. George, concierge member. Part of that tremendously large foreign aid bill sends $14 million to Israel, $8 million to Hamas. We're funding both sides. Hamas doesn't get any money. The humanitarian aid goes through the United Nations. So Hamas is not getting any money from anybody. But, they're in control, so they can steal the money, but we're not sending them the money. Sean Reeves, San Luis Obispo, California. One question, even with our funding, can you explain, O'Reilly, how Ukraine is going to beat Russia? Ukraine's not going to beat Russia. Nobody thinks it's going to beat Russia. It's a stalemate. You're preventing Putin from taking control of the country. Karen Gress, St. Clairsville, Ohio. In your segment on the economy, where you disagree with Geraldo, I want you to know, O'Reilly, that you are correct. I'm renewing my auto insurance. My premium has increased 21% in 6 months. It's unbelievable. I feel your pain, Karen. I really do, because I had to change insurance companies. It was so outrageous what they were doing. And the reason they're doing it is because of all the storms in California and Florida. They're trying to make up that money by raising everybody's premiums. And that's another Biden thing, because there should be regulations on that, but there aren't. Margot Freer, Medford, Oregon. I'm 82, blessed with a healthy body and mind. I'm active. I can still walk around, and I would love to live to 100. Why don't you want to live to 100? Because your body and mind break down. You're 82, and I'm more power to you. Okay? I don't want to have to depend on anybody. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. Once I break down, I'm fine to go. I'm looking forward to seeing St. Peter, by the way. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 65 years ago today, communist guerrilla was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Cuba. His brutal reign would last half a century and plunge the entire nation into abject poverty. Here is the story of Fidel Castro. Young Fidel was born in eastern Cuba to a wealthy family. The teen turned to Marxism and took part in multiple attempts to overthrow the American-backed Batista government. On February 16, 1959, Castro seized Havana, was sworn in as prime minister a short time later. Then Fidel ruled the island with absolute power. His regime hunted political opponents, journalists, capitalists, the wealthy, Christians, and landowners. The dictator eliminated all personal freedom. Even the Cuban Constitution states free speech is only allowed if it's, quote, in keeping with the objectives of a socialist society. In total, 100,000 people died trying to flee the Marxist Cuba, most of them at sea. 10,000 Cubans were executed by Fidel's firing squads, 2,000 assassinated inside their homes. While the rest of the Western Hemisphere prospered throughout the 20th century, Cuba's communist policies led to widespread misery. Old Fidel announced his retirement in 2008, died November 2016. He was 90. Unfortunately for the Cuban people, Fidel's edicts remain in effect. The state-mandated salary in Cuba, less than $1 a day. There is no internet access to speak of. The government issues rations for necessities like milk, eggs, and fuel. And here's something else you might not know. Cuba is currently experiencing one of the worst food shortages in the world. Ironically, one of the hardest items to find is fish, and that's because the government issues very few fishing licenses. Citizens are banned from owning boats. The socialists believe anyone with access to a boat will sail off to Florida. Key West, just 90 miles away. Back after this.
Do you want more online safety and privacy? I know I do. That's why I started using NordVPN. It guards me against various internet threats. Digital trackers, malicious websites, and malware-infected downloads? Back off. I choose to browse with more confidence. I choose NordVPN.
To avoid digital threats, turn on NordVPN. It's trusted by millions of users. Just visit NordVPN.com. One of the fastest VPNs on Earth will block web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. It will also encrypt your internet traffic while maintaining a smooth connection. So improve your digital privacy and protection against hackers with one simple click. Get the special deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. For more news and honest analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.